We're gonna call, is he back there?
Yeah.
You ready? Okay. We're gonna call the meeting to order. Members present. It looks like everyone is present. No absences. And any community comments?
None for closed session.
Okay, and can I get a motion?
So moved.
Okay, vote.
Aye.
Aye. We're ready. Rock and roll.
1.6, and one of those 1.6 was actually for the automotive program. But I emailed back and I'm like, oh, can someone please explain to me why I'm getting an email from last year's approvals, not anything from this year's approvals?
Well, I approved one. Here's what I did. I just came here. Because my predecessor, these CTE teachers were cleaning house. And what the principals were doing, they were pushing the kids to CTE. These teachers, some of them were getting paid 2.6. And Rivera was like, no, enough's enough. You get one, that's it. Well, they got used to that income. And I was like, this, if you want an extra 1.6 for me to pay for, it needs to be an internship, not just another CT class where you dump more kids. And so some of the teachers have taken on to it, and I still say I will do it. My feet, how firm with Jessica, you do 3 of them. Nope, it is not an internship. No, you want to do something with those seniors that've already had that class. Do this, but that means your teachers need to work for it. See, that's the other part. But
Well, I know that actually, I don't know if you're.
that's a good enrollment class, and it doesn't need A to G. And so whoever paid for it last year, I didn't approve that, so that was a mistake, and I explained that. Because whoever approved it probably didn't even realize, but all dual enrollment is not A to G, if it's not transferable. It's a class.
Well, and then even what's it called? Rebecca and Christine actually looked at her barber classes. She has 2 sections with 10 kids in them. And we're like, what do you need a 1.6 for if you have 2 sections with, like?
But here's the thing, we put millions of dollars in these programs. You have the cost of ownership, and that's the personnel side of it. And I sat down with them last spring break, because I didn't work, and I went out there and I said, this is what it's going to look like. Now, if you want to work with Mike for a modified contract for you, but he will need to work more than the regular 6.5 days. Because what it is, those kids need 1,000 hours to get licensed. Either that or spread it over 3 years. But, and the same thing for summer. But the cost of ownership for that staff member's on you. I mean, she was supposed to pay for the kids, and then just to talk Ramona into it, I was like, find the money, and I'm like, okay. I said, but after a while, these schools need to pick up the cost. We broke out $300,000 in that program. Have you seen it? You will be impressed. It's nice. And I'm proud of it. I mean, I'm proud of all of them. But some of the teachers are just, we were paying down that block collision schedule. They were scheduling it the last period of the day, and then, because it's supposed to be 2 periods back to back, so the kids were expected to stay like 7 periods, which was going on late. They were leaving, and then the teacher was failing them. And I'm like, why am I paying all this money for a teacher to fail a bunch of kids who aren't showing up? Because you aren't taking the time to schedule it right. So, I mean, I will go the extra mile for her any day, but
I hear you.
you're paying for one of them. I am not paying for VDC. Woodworking, because you can't have a license with CTE class.
I hear you.
So, I think she's just busy, and she forgot that I'd already agreed to pay for the one class for the internship.
So yeah. So mine's all done at one time, so I have a $250, they sent me a check for $250.
Oh, okay. That's why I was dumbfounded when other layers, but just to make sure you don't get into those.
Carl, is Dave
Yeah, we are. I mean, we're not against it.
No, I was just gonna ask him a techie question.
Oh, I got one thing to talk about.
Yeah,
Well,
I know. Trying to make sure we get all the things signed and put in.
Doesn't matter, but still.
Okay,
I never watch a whole game anyway, so.
you ready?
We are ready.
Okay. All right, we're gonna call the meeting to order. First of all, I have to report out in closed sessions, we took a vote on approval of a MOU for home, hospital, and adult education pay rates. And Ken moved it, Rosie seconded, and it was 5-0. So 5 yeas, everybody agreed. And that was the only thing that we had in closed session to report on. All right, JC, you're here. Would you like to lead us in pledge?
Right hands over your heart. Our pledge of
Pledge
allegiance.
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
You said JC, I thought it was JC Coleman. I don't know if
You thought it was JC?
No, JC Coleman, one of my
Oh,
favorite kids.
oh, one of those kids, yeah. When I said JC, yeah. Could I get a move,
So moved.
approved agenda,
Second.
vote?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, now, we have a resolution, Resolution 2508, Native American Heritage Month.
Yeah.
Order,
Oh, good, sorry.
okay.
It's an honor to be able to bring forward to you the resolution for Native American Heritage Month. It's observed every November. It's a time that we celebrate and we honor the rich history and the culture and the contributions of Native Americans. It was established in 1990 by President George W. Bush, and it recognizes the diverse cultures and the traditions of the indigenous peoples from the significant influence of the arts, government, society, and the role in shaping the nation's history. So it's my honor to be able to present this in front of you. So.
Okay.
Move for approval?
Move for approval
So moved.
and vote?
Aye.
Aye. So it's 5-0. Unfortunately, I have to record this. That's why you're seeing me writing. Okay. You know, she got to sign that. Okay. Public comments. Can you read that? We have one.
The student advisory first.
Student advisory first, I think.
Hmm?
The student advisory comments.
Oh, are they here? Okay, sorry. Let's see, Ferris and Jaden Cooper. Oh,
So we just started this year the Student Advisory Committee, and it's
see
my
the
honor
other
to
one, too?
present the Silverado students. And so as a part of the Student Advisory Committee, what there is there's 2 students from every single school that are represented. And it's really a great opportunity because the students have a voice at the district level. providing really authentic communication. And for the board members who've been able to attend some of these, they're not shy and bashful at all. And we really appreciate it, and it's the opportunity for them to be able to present to you what was discussed in these meetings. So it's an honor to be able to start with Silverado High School.
Good evening, VVUHSD families, district board students, community members. My name is Jaden Cooper. I am a current senior at Silverado High School. I've been a part of the superintendent's student advisory committee for 3 years. I'm also a part of the Link Crew program here at Silverado High School and also the drama club.
Good evening, my name is Ailea Farias. I'm a freshman at Silverado High School. I'm also part of the student committee. I've been doing this for 3 years now, first at Hook Junior High School, now at Silverado. Being a part of this committee has put a big impact on our schools by renewing them and bettering themselves. I'm also a member in ASB. We are here to talk about what we talked about in our meetings with Cole.
At that meeting, we had talked about all of our facilities. We had also talked about how we can fix our facilities. We have heard a lot of different things from the schools that we have in common. For instance, Sims and us both have the same school bathroom issues. How some of the bathrooms were shut down and some of the water faucets aren't working properly. As in the other schools like Lorea, we connect with them in a type of way because of how the dirt and trash pile up and makes the campus dirty.
Yes, to pick up on what Jaden said. The trash in the bathrooms are very dirty, and the graffiti on the stalls and the trash from the lunch. If we could get more trash cans around our campus, that would be great. For the bathrooms, if we could fix the faucets and the soap dispensers. I know some people had came to look and see if it was working around, and like a week later, everything just started like breaking. I hope that this doesn't seem like we're complaining. We just care about our campus and where we use the restroom. Thank you for your time, thank you for listening, and thank you for caring about what we have to say.
Thank you, guys. 5.2, Guide for a Public Conference. The public comments.
So if you wish to address the board on any topic, including any item on the agenda, please submit your comments to the board president by completing a request to address the board card prior to the meeting and submitting it to the assistant to the superintendent. The president will recognize those who desire to speak either during public comment section of the agenda or before a particular agenda item. Each speaker should move quickly to the microphone and announce your name before beginning your presentation. Meetings are taped for later transcription. Each speaker is allocated a maximum of 3 minutes. The president may choose to limit each topic to 10, no more than 20 minutes, if substantial numbers of people wish to address the board on one topic. Testimony should be brief and to the point. Speakers should not repeat testimony already presented. Board action may not legally be taken on any item not specifically listed on the agenda. The board may ask that such items be placed on the next agenda for consideration. Testimony is not protected from damage claims or slander. Public charges or allegations may result in legal action being brought by those individuals. The governing of the board values constructive community comments and suggestions. It welcomes your participation in the democratic process.
All right, I have Shayna Ballot or Bullock. Thanks.
Hello, members of the board, and thank you for this opportunity to speak. We're here today because despite our best efforts, there have been ongoing issues with cultural insensitivity, misinformation, and disregard at Sims. We've addressed these concerns with the principal, the director of student services, and the assistant superintendent. We have not seen the progress we'd hoped for. This all started last school year during Black History Month. My daughter came to me upset about a flyer for Spirit Week. The themes were Monday, wear a brown shirt, Tuesday, wear a red, yellow, or green shirt, Wednesday, represent any culture, and Thursday, wear a black shirt. There was no cultural significance to this at all for Black History Month, so I contacted the principal to share my concerns and offer some suggestions, only to be told that my input, as well as the suggestions of other parents, was not needed because the school had other plans and activities like card games, dominoes, and line dancing. none of which have any historical or cultural ties to Black history. In fact, these were offensive. The Director of Student Services suggested we start an APAC, or an African American Parent Advisory Council at Sims, which we were eager to do. However, when this school year began and I reached out to the principal, I was told that an APAC would not be happening. However, if the administration approves brown shirts and dominoes for Black History Month, it's clear that there is a need for collaboration and support. We're not here to point fingers, but to offer help. As involved parents, we want to contribute, and yet we're being turned away. Some staff have countered by saying Sims doesn't even have that many Black students, but this assumes that only Black students would benefit from celebrating Black culture and learning about the contributions Black Americans have made to this country. In reality, all students benefit from learning about diverse cultures and histories, and this is vital for creating a more inclusive and respectful school environment. Also, there is a racist tone across the campus. While students know that jokes about gender, sexuality, and religion are off limits, Black jokes, racial slurs, slavery, monkey jokes are accepted. Black students have been conditioned to grin and bear it. When the issue has been brought to staff, the common response is that nothing will be done about race-based bullying because Black students use the N-word with each other. So essentially, we're not addressing the race-based bullying, and instead we're choosing to police how Black students speak to each other. Our solution is simple: education. We believe that by including a few presentations and activities that highlight the contributions that Black Americans have made to society, we can begin to change the mindsets of students, Black and otherwise, toward Black people and Black culture. If students are not educated on these contributions, the disrespect will continue. I'd also like to address another point made by VVUHSD staff, specifically that intervention is not needed because Black students are performing well academically at Sims. Yes, our students are doing well thanks to the efforts of parents and teachers. That's why we're not asking for extra academic support. What we're asking for is equity. We're asking for an APAC. We're asking to be involved with planning cultural and historically relevant presentations and activities, and the ability to advocate for our children to create a more inclusive environment. This isn't just for Black students. It would benefit the entire Sims community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, James Campbell?
Carl, can you look into that?
Yes.
With that? Thank you.
We'll be in contact.
Good evening, board. How are you guys? Good evening, guests that are in the house. My name is James Campbell. I'm the president of the NAACP, and I stand before you just to basically, before I get into, this was my original, what I was going to talk to you guys about, but I still want to give props just to the district for the community participation, the transparency. So when I say participation, I mean by allowing members of the community to be a part of the process in terms of the new chief of police, Chris Doyle, that's first and foremost. Secondly, for the transparency for the superintendent and the chief of police to come to our office last month. So that was what I really wanted to talk about. And the ongoing meeting with the community every single month, as Mr. Coles, our superintendent, does. So I just wanted to speak on behalf of that. I want to get that out the way and just say thank you for taking the time to hear the issues of the community and seeing how 12, 13, 14 different groups can come together and work together to find a solution. As for the young lady that just spoke and also a member of the NAACP, and as the president of the NAACP, I want to be a part of the situation. As I mentioned to you guys more than 2 years ago, however, I personally can be involved to help, to train, to educate personally, to make sure that we smooth this over, to be a part of, because I didn't know about this until now. But I would be totally, amiss if I did not speak on what she just spoke to and act like I didn't hear it. So when you do reach out to her, I want to make sure we have each other's number, but I'm involved to make sure that we're getting what the parents are needing. So I'm gonna park right there. Thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. All right. Bargaining units, VVTA.
Hello board, hello cabinet. My name is Mike Mayo. I'm Victor Valley Teachers Association president. I want to go ahead and I'm going to piggyback off of some of the stuff that was already mentioned. I I know that we are pushing really hard for things like A through G. We're pushing for higher test scores. And so while we are doing that, it is important that we do make sure we're paying attention to culturally what's happening in the classes with our students and how that affects them. And I know that there has been a push to try to do this, but it's obviously it's a push that we haven't gotten there yet. And so I'm hoping that we actually do make more inroads as far as making sure we have equity across the district. And we purposely, also being part of the equity task force, purposely take that time to make sure we are intentionally making moves that are moving toward more equity. All right, thank you. Okay, so we have sunshine proposals. VVTA has presented sunshine proposals to you, and from what I understand, both negotiating teams, that's going to be VVTA and VVUHSD, are ready to go starting this month. And so it should be wrapped up by November. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. There's a lot to talk about, and there's no way it can be done in that time. Something that has come to my attention, this was starting just yesterday. Yesterday at around 12 o'clock, I'm checking emails and stuff, and there was some frustration on the part of counselors, and not just at one site, at a couple of sites. But I want to say that very quickly the district actually reached out, and so Dr. Yee and a couple counselors that we have, that includes our counselor liaison, Selma Perez, plan to meet with you and discuss some of those issues that have come up that counseling has brought up. And so we'll tackle that as it comes. I want to go ahead and thank the students. They're also from the school where I'm teaching, Silverado High School, for the hard work that they're doing. And they're just a piece of one of the many sites that's here. But again, it's a comprehensive high school. It's a pretty large site. And I want to thank them for bringing up some facilities issues. And again, I know that's also part of the reason why you have the district is doing a push towards measures A and X. And we have voting that's coming up soon. So if anybody wants to know more about that, go ahead and look up measures A and X. All right, we have our first quarter mixer. All the board members, you are invited to our first quarter mixer. This is, I hope I wrote that down correctly. I sent you an email. I'm not going to say the date in case I'm wrong, because my handwriting is really sloppy. So if you could check your emails, go ahead and RSVP. If you can make it, that's great. We're not going to be putting you on the spot. If anything, we would like to introduce you to some of our new members, and also introduce some of the members that you don't usually see coming to the board and talking on issues. Sometimes it's because they don't really feel like they have issues. Other times they just haven't had a chance to really meet you just in person, so they understand who you are and understand this entire process. And that will be from 3:30 to 6:30 at Johnny Carino's. We have October break coming up, so I wish everybody a good break. During that October break, I know I mentioned this last month, we have the AASPA meeting. That's taking place in Seattle, and so I'm happy to be there. And I believe I'm going to leave it at that. A lot of the other stuff we are discussing outside of the board, and so thank you very much. I probably leave with just this. We continue to strive to settle everything at the sites as best as we possibly can, and we will continue to do that as much as we can. I'll give you one example that I heard just less than half an hour ago of an informal grievance that went through, and it's already been fixed. And that happened in just one day. And so that's great. In the past, that wouldn't have happened. So thank you very much.
CSEA.
Good evening, board members and cabinet. Tonight, I would like to just give some updates. I know last meeting we had transportation here, and they spoke on some of the concerns. Today, they did their what they call rebid, what they do every year at this time, and there was much big increase in the number of hours across the board. I think that the district came with a fair solution, so I'm just happy to report out that most of the bid was done today. I think there was 11 left because someone had to go out on route, and it should be wrapped up tomorrow and be completed. But CSEA is happy with the district coming with us, working with us with the hours, and some of the hours are better than they even were last year. So I just thank you guys for working with us. Thank you for hearing from our people, and just giving us time to work it out. We were already working it out, but looks like we should have it all settled tomorrow when the rebid is completed. Other than that, I'm looking forward to going to the AASP as well as Mike. We've had a lot of late night meetings, community schools, equity task force, so we've been seeing a lot of each other, but it's just great to work with the district to be collaborative. We still have things going on, of course, but as Mr. Cole says, there's no finish line to this, so I'll leave it at that, and everybody have a good night. Thank you.
Okay. All right, consent items. Can I get a motion to approve
So moved.
Second.
7.2 to 11.1? Who was the mover? You moved it? And he seconded it? Discussion? All right, vote?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Action item, educational services. 12.1, purchase of Cerrito Ford.
So we have a couple of items, 12.1 and 12.2, and these are all from equity multiplier monies from the school side, and we think these are great ways to be able to utilize it. So the vans is for Silverado High School to really help students and support them with bringing them resources such as mental health and also with materials and technology and things of that sort. 12.2, oh, do you have to do it separately?
12.1
Okay.
first.
So-
Okay, can I get a motion?
Quick
12.1.
question. I noticed there are 12 people vans.
Correct.
Okay. Many years ago, when some of us were young, we used to drive 15-person vans. But I understand you have to have a special license now. So for a 12-person van,
That's
do
what I
you
was
have to
gonna
have a
ask.
special license?
They can only drive 10 passengers.
So that
Ten.
each one's just empty seats?
Yes,
Okay.
due to changes in ed code.
Yeah,
Okay,
recent
so,
laws.
okay, that's what I wanted to know. So
Okay,
the coaches
yeah,
could
'cause-
take up to 10 people?
Up to 10.
Because I was gonna wonder about that. It's like, now, are people gonna have to get recertified so they can legally drive these? Okay, now.
Okay, so-
Will volunteers need to be recertified other than submitting all their, DMV reports, et cetera, et cetera?
Correct.
Okay. And one last thing. Okay. It works out to $61,000. Now, I haven't bought a car in a while, but $61,000 for a van? Does it have something special or something?
Actually, sounds
Yeah.
cheap to me
That's
for
it.
12,000.
For a stripped van, 61,000? I guess we
Yeah,
need to get
cars
out
are
more, huh?
expensive
The
Okay.
way it
Yeah,
is.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, can I get a motion on that?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All right, discussion already happened. Vote.
Aye.
Okay.
Oh, I had one question, sorry.
Uh-oh.
Now, if this is this van gonna be dedicated to this group? Or will other activities within the school be able to use it if it's not being used by this group?
Correct.
Because,
they can
that's
use it
always
for
a
other
problem with
activities.
sports and everything else like that. They don't have transportation. And renting a van sometimes is kind of expensive.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay. All right, 12.2. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second? Second?
Second,
Discussion on this one?
question. Okay, now it says flexible furniture. Now, I take that to mean they can mix and match the furniture in their classroom however they want to.
Correct.
Now, I guess I'm being old-fashioned again. Why can't people just move their desks around like we used to back in the day? Does it need something special to do that, or is this just,
With the equity multiplier monies that are assigned to the school side, it's a great opportunity to really kind of have some new furniture in the classrooms. You've been at Victor, a lot of our furniture, some of them are like 20-plus years old. So they've identified 21 classrooms that we would like to go ahead and provide new, desk, teacher's desk, student's desk, things like that. And if you've seen kind of the visuals that I think was sent out, They do have the flexible ability, a lot of collaboration and group work can be done, and they look really nice.
Okay, oh, well, I know what they look like. I've been through those old desks that everybody hated. They still are in one piece, where the new ones are broken, etc. But anyway, the desks that we're discarding, now, are other teachers and other sites going to be able to claim those?
Yes.
So they don't just sit out in the boneyard out in the back of school?
Yes,
Particularly up here, Victor.
absolutely,
You've carried a whole bunch of desks in your career, I know.
yes.
Okay, because there's some classrooms that you said, they have old broken stuff, and if there's kind of new stuff, that's better than what they have.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, you walk through some of those classrooms now and you just shake your head and say, how long have these been here? Since I went to school there. My gosh, it's a long time. No, and they deserve to have good equipment.
Yeah, the initials RH are carved in the side, that's how long they've been there.
Well, he's the young one.
A lot of the
The
flexible
older
seating,
No, Penny's the young one.
a lot of the flexible
Oh,
seating is kind
Penny's
of
in another
designed
school
to
district.
mimic like business settings.
Yeah.
You know, it's really designed so the kids are more familiar with like, hey, when you're in a business setting and you're gonna be collaborative, a lot of businesses have flexible seating versus kind of rows, and we're really trying to get out of that mindset because nowhere else do we sit in rows besides movie theaters and schools.
Yeah.
And just allows for a more of a business atmosphere as the kids will leave, and they're more adjusted to that. And,
Yeah, I remember visiting schools back on the eastern seaboard, and they even have grass growing on the walls and all kinds of other stuff. Makes it a little
That was
more.
in Texas, when we went to Texas.
Yeah, remember that?
Adele
Yeah,
had real
it was
glass on
Adele,
the,
yeah.
real grass on the walls.
Yeah, they actually had grass on the walls
Hate to
going
mow
around.
that, no.
I think that, boy, I said, yeah, this is it. So hopefully we can be much more modernized since we've got Space Force that we're having to deal with now and going into space. All right. All right, vote. Aye. 13.1. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second? Okay. Discussion? Okay, vote.
Aye.
Aye. 13.2. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second? Okay. Discussion?
No, they answered my question already.
Okay. Vote?
Aye.
Aye. Public hearing. Gonna open this, public hearing, 14.1.
Could we go back just a second on that last one?
Okay,
There's something
on the
I-
last one.
Okay, I brought up earlier, the avid tutors are being paid $16, and we're talking about paying students who go into that work program $17 an hour, and like to have that looked at, because I think a college avid student should be paid at least the same as a high school kid. So I'd like to have that looked into, just,
Oh, just,
but I'm still gonna vote for it, I appreciate looking into that.
yeah, okay. All right, that's good. 14.1, public hearing to determine instructional materials. Okay, Ramona, you gonna
Yes.
speak on that one?
Yes. We are required by Ed Code 6119 to hold a hearing on or before the 8th week of school, and through a resolution process, determine that each student in our district has their textbooks and instructional materials that they need. So at the beginning of the school year, we have the county coming in, and they do what we call a Williams visit or a Williams walk. They really count books, and then they deem whether or not we have sufficient materials for our students, and all the sites that were visited did. So we are excited and happy to share with the board this evening that, yes, we have all the materials that we need for our students.
Okay, we will hold a hearing now at 6:12. And are there any comments? Any comments from the public?
Hubert, do you have all the books you need?
You have all the books you need? Oh, wow. I thought you had all the computers you need, right? Yeah. Computer books. Yeah. All right. I'm looking at me. Okay, we're gonna close it at 6:13. And now we're going to vote on it. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right, vote.
Aye.
Aye. All right, 14.3.
2.
Can, this one, Mike, you're gonna speak on it, the Victor Valley High School Sunshine Proposal? Oh, there you are. Oh, okay.
Thank you, Board President and Board. So in accordance with Section 3547 of the Education Employment Relations Act, VVTA and the district are submitting their initial proposals to open negotiations following the public hearing. The board will need to consider adopting both proposals.
Okay. All right.
This is one Mike,
started-
both mics, this is gonna wrap up.
Yeah,
on that
and,
number. Okay, good.
and this one,
Mike and I.
we started at 6:13. And are there any comments from the public? All right, and we're ending it at 6:14. All right, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second? And vote?
Aye.
Aye. All right, 14.4. Again, Sunshine proposal.
So this is the VVTA Sunshine Proposal in accordance with Section 3547 of the Education Employment Relations Act. VVTA and the district are submitting their initial proposals to open negotiations following the public hearing. The board will need to adopt, of course, the following proposals. For the 24-25 reopeners, Victor Valley Teachers Association has surveyed its membership and reflected upon their concerns. The members of VVTA have voted to open the articles, the automatic openers of the articles for 24-25. VVTA recognizes that Articles 1, 3, 4, and 16 are automatic reopeners. Furthermore, VVTA recognizes the district VVTA may choose to reopen articles as they see fit. Victor Valley Teachers Association recognizes that the district may choose to adjust articles. Oh, sorry, that's it.
Oh, that's it? Okay. We open that at 6:15. Are there any comments from the public?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay. All right. A vote?
Aye. Aye.
And we closed it at 6:15 and a half there. All right, the next one, that's the end of it. 14.7.
Yes. So this will be a public hearing for us to adjust our developer fees. So on even numbered years, the State Allocation Board, or SAB, adjusts the statutory development fees that school districts can charge for new residential and commercial development projects based on changes in the construction costs index. Since the last update in 2022, construction costs have continued to escalate, resulting in a 7.84% increase in SAB's construction cost index. The district staff then directed Key Analytics to provide an updated fee justification study, which confirmed that the district is authorized to collect the new development fee amounts. If approved tonight, these new fees will go into effect in 60 days on December 2nd. In order to adopt the new fees, the board is required to first hold a public hearing regarding these proposed new fees.
Okay. We're opening that at 6:17.
Okay,
Any comments from the public?
Okay, I am part of the public and a property owner, all right? So if I read this right, we're talking only a 38 cents a square foot increase? I know that sounds little, but if you're talking about a 2,000 square foot house, that's another expense. But that's all we're talking about?
That is correct.
Okay.
That's just new construction.
It's just new construction, residential and commercial.
Or additions.
That is considered new construction, correct. Mhm.
I found that out the hard way.
Okay.
Would that only affect the amount that you're adding to your house? Or would that affect your whole house if you remodel your house and you add a room?
Correct. It's calculated on the square feet that you are adding.
Okay, 6:18, we close. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Oh, sorry.
First and second, okay. And vote?
Aye.
Vote?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Okay. Can I get a motion on 15.1?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Vote?
Aye.
Aye. 15.2, can I have a motion on that?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, vote?
Aye.
Aye. 15.3,
So moved.
Second.
vote?
Aye.
Aye. 15.4,
So moved.
Second.
vote?
Aye.
15.5,
So
Se-
moved.
Second.
vote?
Aye.
All right, information, conference requests, educational study trip requests, LCAP final approval.
I wanted to interject, that was a lot of work. I don't know if we have, yes, we do. Thank you for all your hard work on the LCAP.
Oh, Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Dr. Cook. There she is. There she is.
It was well done.
She's
finalizing
the LCAP back. They're adding another letter to it.
Preparing for next year, this
Kate?
year's already.
Yeah.
All right, and board policy revision, first reading. All right, 17, staff reports, business service division.
Yeah, so I'll keep my comments brief tonight. I just wanted to, last board meeting, I did come to board and I presented to you guys the unaudited actuals. I just want to report in 3 weeks, so beginning the week of October 21st, our external auditors will be on site to help us to wrap up and do the final reporting for last year's actuals. So we're looking forward to getting that done. And if all goes well, we will be bringing the audit report to you guys at the top of the year. So other than that, I hope everyone who has the opportunity to take some time off have a restful fall break. Thanks.
Okay. Educational services?
All right, good evening. I will keep my comments brief this evening as well. I did hear that there might be a football game that some of us might want to see. So board, I have provided for you the fall newsletter for Heritage and Legacy from 3 of our comprehensive high schools. Also last week, I had a chance to connect with our ELA department chairs and really just talk about kind of the implementation of our essential standards and CFAs at the school sites. And then next week, I'll be meeting with the math department, so I'm looking forward to that. And then also today we had our 2nd annual Belief Conference, and what a wonderful opportunity it is for our foster youth, homeless, and at-promise students to come together in unity. And it was really well done, and I want to just extend my gratitude to Tiffany and her team for putting on such a great event. So thank you for that. And then thank you, Heather, for the goodie bag this evening, and that is all my comments for this evening.
Okay. Human resource?
Thank you. I would like to wish our principals a wonderful National Principals Month. Also, I'd like to wish our teachers a fantastic World Teacher Day on October 5th. And I hope that our custodians had a great National Custodial Day earlier this week. Just want to thank VVTA and CSEA for your continued support as we problem solve and work to support students. And again, we're 8 days away from a much needed fall break. I hope that everyone gets some time off and reset. So thank you.
Okay. In legislation, as you know, September 30th ended the legislative session, and the governor had over 1,000 bills on his desk. He vetoed 183 bills, but he did approve some that was important for us, at least. As you know, CSBA sued the state of California for failure to comply with Prop 98, which maintains the money that all schools get, you know. Saturday, called it unconstitutional because it's part of our Constitution within the state of California. The other thing is that there is a deep concern about what is happening to Afro-American youth in our country, and also the equity in hiring practices. They did a study from 2018 to 2023 and found that 52% of our kids now are kids of color, and only 21% of the teachers are teachers of color. And that has to increase according to the United States. We don't have enough kids that look like the kids that we're serving. And more there's complaints coming from everywhere. So that is something that we need to look at. And I think we're doing a good job in making sure that we start doing the right things that we're doing. And thank you for doing what you do. All right, our next thing is board members' comments. Mr. Barrios.
Oh, okay. All right, first thing I'd like to welcome Hubert, right? I got it right this time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, all right. I'd like to welcome you since I wasn't here to welcome you last time, and glad you're aboard, and I know these guys already told you. Tell us, when we say what's up, you tell us what's up. You know, don't candy coat it, all right? Because that's the only way we know. And the student people before that have done that, we found out about things that we didn't know about. So you are our source, all right? Okay, and Mike, you said, oh, you said the November time, and we couldn't get done that fast. You bet, you can, all right? You know, last year was a good example of how quick two minds together, if they're in the same direction, they can get something done quickly, all right? And I have to say this, and it may offend somebody, but the Rabbits are 5-0, okay? All right, and that has only happened a few times in me and Mr. Crosby's short tenure, okay, which is over 40 years, all right? So I'm wishing them luck. They start league next week, so that'll be the acid test. And second to last, the elections are coming up, so make sure, get your friends to vote. And vote often, isn't that the joke? All right, but get them to vote, because there's a lot of these elections that if the right person doesn't get in, we're in trouble, all right? And I'm talking, you know, civic, state, and national, all right? So get them to vote, find out the facts, and vote. And last but not least, we got the holidays coming up, so everybody start getting those decorations out, you know, because right after Halloween, you got Thanksgiving and Christmas, so, all right, so have fun and try and keep the students on track, because that's the hardest part of the year for teachers, is to keep them focused all the way up to December.
Okay. Mr. Crosby?
First of all, happy birthday to my friend Jose over here. It's his birthday today, and he's 39 years old,
Today
so
is your birthday.
we want to wish him a very happy, yes, today's his birthday, so very happy birthday to you, Jose. And
Yeah.
I think the school
Almost
board
70.
admin, I think we ought to sing happy birthday to him, so. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jose. Happy birthday to you. And many
You made me
more.
blush. It's a sunburn. It's sunburn. Thank
So,
you, Kent.
you bet. Happy birthday to
Don't
you.
forget
Was
that.
that why you made that little cake or whatever that thing?
Sure, that was for
That
Jose's
candy
birthday.
thing?
Yeah, this
There you
stuff,
go.
yeah, I'm
Was
looking
that
forward to
your
eating
birthday
it.
That's his birthday gift, so.
Man, it's okay.
So, and just a lot of the things we've heard from the audience and stuff like that, I'm excited about the fact that people are coming up and sharing things with us.
Yeah,
And I know,
definitely.
JC, when you're, and not the one we're thinking about, because we used to have a student named JC, but anyhow, JC, I'm grateful that you're willing to participate and be part of that. And I think that it's important that we have a member of the school board there also. And let's get these things resolved, because the longer they simmer and fester, the worse they become. And I know that we've got brilliant people, your group, all the different groups out there. We can solve these things quickly and get things going in the right direction. So again, thank you so much. And by the way, I have to ask, how's your wife's brother? Is he okay, or? Slow, okay. We'll give her my love and tell her we're keeping her in our prayers, okay? All right, thank you. And that's, I think that's it. Let me see. Yeah, we've already welcomed Hubert on board, and so we're excited. And next time, we'll keep our mouth shut so that you can make at least one motion, okay?
keep waiting.
So that you can do that.
You gotta jump right in.
You gotta be fast to beat Rosie, though, I'll just tell you. You gotta be ready for it, okay?
Yes.
Okay, good, good. That's it for me.
Penny?
I want to thank Joe Williams for letting me come to Larea and seeing the Family Engagement Center. It was a really nice opportunity to see families that were there to learn the resources that are available. And I want to thank our students for all the hard work that they're doing. You know, Mr. Mayo represents all the teachers. He's the one in the front row over here. And Mrs. Martin, right with her hand up, she represents all of our classified employees. And then Carl and his team represent the management. And Hubert, you're representing all of our students. So thank you for doing that, and as well as our advisory teams that meet with you. And I'm just really grateful that everyone's working hard, and hope that you're looking forward to your October breaks so you have a relaxing week of vacation. Thank you.
Mr. Hinojos?
Yeah, first, I want to thank everybody for being here tonight, and for all of you that stuck around till the end, as well as those folks watching on YouTube. I know there's folks out there that are watching. Chief, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Heard some good things that are going on. And when I go to some of the schools, I look at the security folks and talk to them and ask them and how they're doing and what they think is going on. And they're all they've all had very favorable comments about the direction we're going, and that's exciting. So thanks for what you're doing. I wanted to thank our student advisory committee students that made their report. I attended the first one with Superintendent Coles, and the kids started out really shy and quiet. That didn't take long. They opened up right up and told us what problems were going on in their schools. And I have the assurance that Superintendent Coles will look into them and take care of them. And I think it's important that we take care of those problems, because the students will see that and know that we listen to what the problems that they come up with. And who better to than the students, because they live it day in and day out. So again, thanks to our students. I want to congratulate Principal Heather Conkle and her staff, as well as our Silverado students, for their very successful club fair that they held recently. I attended that, and it's always fun, because it's always fun to see the kids enjoying themselves. I talked to a lot of the students that were representing their clubs, and they're so cordial and friendly and willing to share what their clubs are all about. And they're raising money for their clubs so they can do extracurricular things. And it was really, really nice to see those students in that atmosphere. Thanks also for Silverado for our goodie bags. We always appreciate goodie bags. Congratulations to the personnel involved in putting together the District African American Parent Advisory Committee Family Cookout. I was able to stop by and say hi. Unfortunately, I had another commitment later on that afternoon. I couldn't stick around for the food. They showed me what they were going to cook, and it looked really delicious. I wish we had stuck around. By the time we got through with our second commitment, you guys were all closed up, but it looked like it was going to be a good turnout. Congratulations for everybody involved in doing that. That was awesome. Look forward to the next one. I want to thank Principal Chris Casino and his staff at Victor Valley High for the great birthday party that they held for Jack's 109th birthday. That was awesome. It was awesome to see the students participate. They did run out of cupcakes too soon, and some of the students didn't get a chance to taste those. They were very, very delicious.
They should have made some for the next day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they should. But it was a great party. Being from a graduate from Victor Valley High School, is great to see Jack, and he doesn't look 109 years old, but it was great to be there. It was just hard to believe that he's that old. Other than that, thank you again for being here, and I hope you all have a great, enjoy your fall break, and we'll see you next month. Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna go with our student board member.
I was just gonna say, thank you, board members, as always, for being so welcoming. I was gonna actually ask Mr. Mike, where could I RSVP at? Because I heard you're holding this event.
I need to add you to that. I'll make sure it comes to you, okay?
Thank you.
It'll be your student email account.
Okay, thank you, sir. I'm just kidding. But.
So you're making sure that our student board member is coming?
We'll invite you.
Okay, I'll be there. But thank you everyone who stayed, of course. Like I said, I appreciate all the welcomes here. I'll try to, beat Mr. Rosie next time on my second. But yeah.
Very good. I just want to thank the student advisory for showing up today, and I was at that meeting that they had, and I'll be at the next one because it's the one that's going to be on safety. Some of the things, one of the biggest things that comes up each time with everyone is safety. It's safety for our kids, safety for our staff, safety at every one of our schools. So one of the things that we're learning is what's happening on those campuses and how it happens. I've always talked to students because I've always found they tell what's going on, what's really going on the campus. So our student advisory is really, really a great group because it talks about, it's every student from all the different schools. The other thing is that we did have a party. When I first came here, there were hundreds of rabbits that used to be at Victor Valley High School, and they would be out there eating the grass. Every morning when we came from the base, our bus would ride up from the base to that high school. There'd be 1 million rabbits up there.
Wipe them all out.
And yeah,
The bus would wipe them all
do you
out.
remember that?
Novak fixed it.
Yeah. It wasn't anything. The town was only 3 miles. Now it's 75, of course, but it was 3 miles. And so if you went past Green Tree, you were out of town. So that is, the jackrabbit goes way back. Of course, he looked really nice and young. This is a new one,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
A nice
Looked
young one
different, yeah.
compared to the ones that we had. Of course, ours was bigger and bulkier, but yeah, the jackrabbit is really a part of us. So that is a real, and we only played Barstow, by the way. There was no other high school, just that one high school, so it makes a difference. All right, Mr. Cole. Oh, and have a nice vacation. Take off, get some rest. I know that everybody's been working very hard and very diligently, so make sure you get that rest. And I'm glad that we solved some of the problem with our transportation from what we heard the last time. And from what I heard tonight, we are definitely going to look into that and see what's happening out there at several of our schools, so we can make sure that everything is taken care of. It's always one or two people that take care of everything, in our city even. So people think it's just one person or another person, but it's usually just one or two people. I just want to say this. People don't know this. When I arrived here, all Afro-Americans and Hispanics lived across the track, Bell Mountain and Bellevue Heights. There were only Caucasians on this side of the track. We couldn't even live in this city. They had to make a special place for us on the base, George Air Force Base, for us to live, my family to live. People gotta know some of the history of what people come from. That way it helps them understand a great deal about our area and what people have gone through. Just want to make sure that you understand that. And when people single out certain races of people, particularly Afro-Americans here in this valley, you're singling out people whose families didn't get an equal chance. I know of the first Afro-American that graduated on this side of the tracks in an integrated school. Her name was Barbara, by the way, and it was Barbara Banks. And I even know the first Hispanic that graduated on this side of the tracks. He used to live on that side of the track. So it's not just all of us, one segment of us, it's all of us. And all of us have to be, when I talk about kids, I talk about the American student. Even when I'm in Washington, I say American student, because we're all one, basically. Nobody has anything better than the other. It's very important for you to understand that. And we have contributed quite a bit to this society and the world that we live in right now. Okay. Mr. Cole?
Yeah, just kind of just continue that conversation, from our end of it. When I think about race, when you think about, poverty in this association, there's a phrase that just gets my blood going, and it goes pretty quick, and it's just the way that it is. It's a national problem, it's a state problem.
Yeah.
We're a microcosm of the society. And if you want to see a reaction from me, just say, that's just the way that it is. It's not just the way that it is, because there's no reason for us to be in any of these positions if we can't do something about it. And
That's correct.
When people, they talk, they come to the mic, JC and others, to bring up equity issues. I am really proud of the work that we've done. And also understanding the humility that we have a long way to go.
Yeah.
And we'll never use the excuse it's just the way that it is. Because if you want to do it, you're going to get a quick challenge that says, oh yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Because if not, like I said before, there is no reason for any of us to be in any of our positions if we're not going to do something about it. And so I really do appreciate it and find that motivation. It doesn't have to be this way. And I'm really proud of the work of the board taking on the initiatives. I'm proud of our staff that takes on the initiatives. And they're complicated issues. And we take it and we're like, we're going to uncomplicate it as fast as possible, and we're going to get out of problem admiration really quick, and we're going to find solutions to it. And if solution 1 doesn't work, we're going to go to 2, and we're going to go to 3, and we're not going to stop. So I really do appreciate that. So.
And you need to know that I was the very first Afro-American female that was on this board. There was none before. It was Dr. Brown and Johnson family, Bill Johnson.
Billy.
And that was it. 2 guys, and I was the very first female. It hit the newspaper because I was the very first female. But it's a lot of things that have gone on in our world that we need to make sure that you understand why people feel the way they do and why they want their kids to have the best education there is. Because that's the way out for a lot of kids. Isn't that right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's right. That's correct.
And
Okay.
so I think when I just even think about the issues that we take on, I think we have a really good formula, and it has to do with the fact we don't need to be defensive about it. Many things, it wasn't somebody's fault, but it's just our responsibility. I love the fact how the six of us can have a healthy level of conflict, which is good for the organization, and we should. And we should have these really difficult conversations with healthy levels of conflict. So with that, Jose, happy birthday. 39 is a great age. So wish you many more and a great day and a great weekend. I also kind of want to point out one thing, and I think it kind of goes to what we're talking about here, which is really unusual. And you heard a little bit from Mike and Tanya today. Over spring break, they're going to the National HR Conference with a presentation between the Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, the President of the Teachers Association, and the President of CSCA. I guarantee you this, on a national level, we're going to be the only organization that has all three together and says, look, this can happen. This can work together. We're equal partners. We need to work together. And I guarantee you there'll be a ton of conferences out there about interest-based bargaining and about all of the different ways of handling things. And our team's going to be like, what is your secret formula? And they're like, we use words. Words turn into sentences, and it turns into a conversation, and we're not defensive, and we just work through the issues together. And we really can sum it all up in about 30 seconds, but I know we're going to have a 50-minute presentation with it. But I'm really proud of that fact. When you just think about that for a minute, at a national conference, National Human Resource Conference, that is not the norm. And I know that it'll be heavily attended that day. So thank you for all the work you guys are putting into that. I'd like to thank Tiffany Hampton for the work that you did to put on the Believe Conference. I had an opportunity today to attend and speak to a group of students who are really disadvantaged, who have a lot of trauma in their life. And I was able to just share a little bit of some vulnerability of myself in front of all of the students about my childhood. And it goes back to what we talked about. Just because the way that it was doesn't mean that that's the way that it has to be. And it really was a powerful day. I felt really good about being able to share my story, my testimony with these kids. And it was really good. So thank you for putting that on in conjunction, in collaboration with Hesperia Unified. Fall breaks here, just around the corner. Dr. Yee, I think we have 136 school days left. Just let that roll off your tongue. We have 136 school days left. If you're a teacher, that means the kid will be in your classroom. There's only 136 hours left of that class. And so it will go really, really quickly. Knowing that it's going to be a short period of time, it'll be June before we know it. Enjoy your break. I'm going to. This week was here before I got here, and whoever put it in, whoever it was, thank you for the genius idea. I can't wait because in 2 weeks I'm going to turn my phone off. All right, have a good evening, everybody.
Okay. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
So moved.
Vote.
Aye.
Okay, we're out of here. We're out of the room.